everybody, to the Raw recap with Wrestle Buddy. I am the Drip King. I am here to go over the show with you. That's right. Tonight I'm rocking Becky Lynch, the man. We are on the road to that return, hopefully very soon. Let's see what we got in the chat so far. It's Christopher. Hello, Christopher. Welcome back, bud. Long time no see. Thoughts going out to Highland Park. Absolutely 100%. Just more mindless nonsense that shouldn't be happening, but that sucks. But yes, thoughts are going out to those people. Let's get right into the show. It's the post Money in the Bank Raw. There was a very wrestling heavy show. There was not a whole lot that got things moving forward. They just really kind of focused on wrestling, which is odd for Raw. I know Dave was going to get kicked out of that one. But yeah, it was very wrestling heavy tonight. I'm curious to see the percentages of this one. Not because I care, but I'm just curious to see the percentages because it really just seemed like they did a lot of wrestling tonight. But they started the show off. Bobby Lashley, our new United States champion, coming out. And I just got to say, the crowd tonight I loved it. I loved the crowd tonight, and they were really behind Bobby Lashley. That's always good to see. My top 30% tonight. I'm thinking it's going to be closer to 45, honestly. Maybe I was zoned out a little bit, but it just seemed like it was just a lot of wrestling tonight. I'm not complaining, not hating, just was very different from our normal show. But Bobby Lashley getting plenty of love tonight, and that's always good to see. This is the first time as a face I've seen him getting this kind of reaction. So they're doing something right. The crowd's behind them for a change as a baby face, so that's awesome. He's basically letting it be known nobody can beat him. It doesn't matter what promotion they wrestle for. And he looks at the camera, gives a little smirk. That was cool. That was nice. And then that brings out Theory. I'm getting it right now. I'm dropping the Austin from it. I'm finally learning. And he interrupts and he's getting booed heavily. And as much as I'm going to give credit to the fans for getting behind Bobby, the heat that Theory is getting right now is brilliant. It's fantastic. It's good to see a heel getting that kind of heat. They hate this little boy. They hate him with a passion. Push him to the moon. That's what we do here. That's what I want to see because he is getting the fans. 81 minutes is 45%. I can see 81 minutes happening tonight. 100%. Absolutely, I can see that. We also can't do 3 hours because the show's not 3 hours. It's just on a 3 hour block. Commercials included. You can't include that in your little percentages for whoever it is that takes care of those. Please, I want to come there, ring, please. I can't help you. I'm sorry. I'll support you whatever I can, though. I'm a doula. But yeah, so during the whole Theory Bobby Lashley confrontation, we find out Theory is getting his rematch at SummerSlam. So Theory Cena is off the table. Sorry to disappoint everybody. I'm right there with you. Pretty disappointed myself, but it's off the table. Getting a rematch. Not terribly mad at that because Bobby and Theory had a fantastic match at Money in the Bank. Hopefully this one can top it. And it ends when Theory attacks him with the briefcase. He's beating him with the briefcase. He turns around to celebrate. Big mistake. Bobby Lashley gets the upper hand. He does. I think he hits him with a clothesline. And when he goes to the spear, Theory grabs his briefcase, hightails it like the chicken shit coward that he is. Good stuff. I like the opening. I thought it's a good way to set up a match later on in the night, which is a six-man tag between these two and two of the teams. It highlights, arguably, man, he might be the biggest babyface on Raw right now, Bobby Lashley, with the reactions he's getting. And your top heel, Austin Theory, I just did Austin Theory. Your top heel, Theory, who's getting the biggest heel reactions. That's the case. That's what we're doing. That's a great way to open the show. Hot start. That's my opinion. That's what it was. Next up, we get the Mysterios backstage. They're talking about the Judgment Day interaction they had last week. They have a match with them coming up next. They're in San Diego. That's Ray's hometown. And it's the first time he's wrestled since the pandemic. It's Dominic's first time wrestling in San Diego since he's been there. So it's a nice little hometown thing. I know everyone was thinking, hometown, they're going to lose. Theory might win it all at SummerSlam. Man, that would be just a wild scenario. But yes, it could happen, Chris. It could very well happen. So Mysterio's finished their interview. They go out. They're taking on Finn and Priest. We get a little pre-match attack. Hello, my sweeter friend. Hello. So Judgment Day attacks the Mysterios before the match starts. They get their kicks and punches in, go to commercial, come back. Finn and Priest control most of this match. Comes down to the end when Priest, he's just too big and powerful for these guys, but he slides this chair in. Finn picks it up. Ref isn't paying attention. Ray drops to the ground, starts selling a chair shot. Ref turns around and sees it. Disqualified. Nice little nod to Eddie there. The Mysterios get the win. Judgment Day is protected. Thankfully, because it was really looking like they might just really pull the plug completely on these guys. I hope that's not the case. I hope they find their feet again very, very soon. But so a very rare win for the Mysterios on Raw, and it was over Judgment Day. But again, with the trickery, with the chair, I like it. I thought it was cool. It was nice to see. And a smart call out to Eddie, as David says, yes, absolutely. It's more than just the three amigos and the. I liked it when Ray used it tonight. It was nice nod. Next up, we get a Miz interview, and he is proud of Logan Paul. He's not worried about Logan Paul. He's proud of him because it seems like he's learned his ways. He puts over Logan Paul, says, when he comes back, we come together, we will win the tag titles. He's going to give him one last chance to change his mind, though. Do not challenge Miz. Join Miz. Then he turns his attention to AJ Styles because he has a match with him later, and they go back to the tiny and massive, gigantic balls, whatever one they are. That's where they go with there. And they cut it. Miz goes out. AJ comes out. They had themselves a match. Much better match than last week, which means it was pretty good because I thought last week's match was really good. We actually get the definitive winner tonight, so that was fun as well. AJ picked up the win after the phenomenal forearm on Miz. Heel tactic 2, which should be short foreshadowing to the Dom term maybe. Ray was the one that pulled the trickery, though. That's where I kind of get a little confused on that one. It could be. It absolutely could be foreshadowing. But I think Dom would be the one pulling that if they were truly foreshadowing. After the match, though, AJ, he's celebrating. In comes Ciampa again, and he attacks AJ Styles again. And he takes the knee pad down. He's getting ready to hit him with the knee. But then AJ starts fighting back. Right as AJ is about to get the upper hand, in comes Miz, skull-crushing finale. AJ's laid out. Miz and Ciampa finally shake hands. They're clearly together now. It's without a shadow of a doubt. As I said a few weeks ago, I like this pairing for Ciampa. It means he will not get lost on the main roster, at least anytime soon. If he's with Miz, he's good. The Ciampa would never see it. No, he would not. I absolutely agree he would not, but I don't think the Ciampa and NXT survives on this main roster. Pairing him with Miz works. I think Ciampa is just an assassin, hitman kind of role with the Miz. It's great. Allows Ciampa to be a killer, which he is as a heel, and he's with one of the best sports entertainers WWE has. So it's a good pairing. Miz and Ciampa versus Logan and AJ. Yes, that seems to be where they're heading. I don't know about that one. I think AJ deserves something a little bit more. He's kind of been floating around for a while. I think he has more left in him, but he's in a high-profile match. I guess it can't be too bad for him at SummerSlam. I just think he could and should probably be doing more. Next up, Liv Morgan comes out. Promo. She's got her belt on her. She's very hyped. She thanks the fans. That's the gist of it. I'm not going to get any more because the promo itself wasn't that fantastic. Out comes Natalya, and she lets it be known. You should be thanking me. I'm the one that did all the work, and if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't win the title. Then out comes Mella, and she interrupts, and she's basically let it be known. This is her show. Y'all two need to go back to SmackDown because this is Raw. And then Liv says something, and then Carmella says, you know what? I think we will do something about it. What do you say, Natty? They jump on Liv, and then that leads Bianca to come out and save Liv. Natty and Carmella end up on the outside. Liv and Bianca end up on in the ring, holding the titles up. Out comes Adam Pearce. You know the deal. You know what's happening next. Tag team, and it starts right now. But it doesn't because we go to commercial break. We come back, and the match is going. I'd love to see AJ and Logan on the same team. Well, Deshaun, you're probably going to see it at SummerSlam. I definitely see that happening. I like your talking. I like WWE Alexa, my good friend. Thank you. Yes, I like Alexa too. Alexa's very entertaining. She's very good. Thank you for joining, though. Thank you very much for joining, Amadullah. And then Liv Morgan, Bianca are showstoppers. I'm still not completely sold on Liv, but Bianca for sure, 100%. The match between the two, Bianca and Liv taking on Natty and Mella, got some good time. They got some good offense in. Very entertaining match. And no surprise, Liv and Bianca get the win here, which they should. Liv should not be losing a match the day after she won the SmackDown title, and Bianca is top, so she's not losing on Raw to Mella and Natty. That's not happening. But a good match. I was very surprised with the quality here. After that, we go to a 4th of July party, which they had earlier. I just skipped it because I just don't really care about these segments anymore. I'm kind of over them. There was also a Judgment Day attacking the Mysterios earlier after their match, and it happened after the 4th of July party, the first segment. That's why I completely forgot it. But yeah, they did attack the Mysterios afterwards. That was nice. I love Liv, but I think this is a short reign. I'm not sold on a short reign yet. I'm not. I think she makes it past SummerSlam. I seem to be alone on this thought, but I think they'd be crazy to take it off her after making this journey so long and then just be like, let's take it off. Because the crowd is behind her 100%. They love her. She got a pop. She's good. No need to take it away from her. She knows what she's doing. But at the 4th of July party, the 24/7 nonsense runs through, and then Ezekiel, he's sitting there talking to the Street Profits. He's talking about back in the day with him and Elrod and Elias. They had pie eating contest. It would end up bad. Yada, yada, yada. He grabs some ketchup, goes to squirt on his hot dog. He can't get it out, squirts it, flies on someone. Who is it, you ask? Seth Rollins comes in, and he's wearing a white suit covered in ketchup. And he looks at Ezekiel, then he starts just laughing like he does. The sick, crazy laugh, just laughing at Ezekiel. Then he walks off. Ezekiel's like, yo, what the heck? Then we go to the ring. That segment was taped earlier, so it was setting up an Ezekiel versus Rollins match, which I am not mad at. These two had a fantastic Intercontinental title match years ago, one of the pay-per-views. I can't remember what it was. I believe it might have been actually Money in the Bank, but it was a fantastic match. So these two have good chemistry, and this match was no different. It was a great match. I think it went through 3 segments. I'm not 100% sure, but I was very happy with this match. Had some length to it. Both got some offense in. Seth had to resort to just kind of sneaking in his stomp as opposed to setting it up, which was different. Picked up the win. Ezekiel looked pretty strong here against Seth. Let's get with this. I say it 1,000 times. Donkin, he's separated from his dad. I believe that might be where they're heading there, Deshaun. Everyone seems to be of the thought that Dominic will leave Ray and join Judgment Day, which I'm for that. If not that, send his ass to NXT. That's what I think. Elias is a very good worker, caught in a gimmick with a low ceiling. I do agree the ceiling is low, but I will also say I've been shocked that they've made it last this long and it still be entertaining. He's a very good worker. I think Elias is severely underrated. He's a very good worker. And I do think this gimmick is a testament to how good he is, because it's no way it should have lasted more than 3 weeks. And here we are almost 3 months later, and it's still entertaining me. So with that, Rollins went to leave after the match after he beat Ezekiel, not Elias. He went to the back, but then he looked back and there's something wasn't set right. He's like, I'm gonna go finish this. He runs back to the ring. He's setting up in the corner like he's about to do the stomp. He runs in and then RKO out of nowhere, baby. That's right. Riddle slides in, hits the RKO, and Seth eliminate. He's gone. He slides out, and Riddle celebrating. So we're off to the races. Seth freaking Rollins versus Riddle at SummerSlam. Sign me up. It's going to be beautiful. I cannot wait. Your reaction from Riddle's RKO. I'm going to let you know right now. The one from tonight wasn't that much. The one from Money in the Bank where he did it off the ladder, I legit jumped off the couch. Seth sold that thing beautifully. He laid all the way out for it, and it was awesome. This one, I didn't see it coming. And I know it's crazy because they're supposed to come out of nowhere. I didn't see it coming, so it was nice. It was good, very crisp. Riddle has gotten much better at delivering these things. But the one at Money in the Bank off the ladder was just, I have a picture of it. It was me and my son. We were just like, oh my goodness, I cannot believe he did it. Seth versus Riddle is going to be awesome. Absolutely, Christopher. That is no joke right there. So after that, we go to another segment of the 4th of July party. And this part might be the best part of the whole thing. We have 3 segments of it. They set up a hot dog party, a hot dog contest the whole time between Otis and Angelo Dawkins, even though they have a match later on tonight when it's a 6-way with the Street Profits teaming up with Bobby and Alpha Academy teaming up with Theory. So they have a match, but then they decide to have a hot dog eating contest. And we get there right at the end. Otis stuffed, Angelo stuffed. Otis had 23. Angelo Dawkins had 22. But your winner was Akira Tozawa. They pan out. And Akira Tozawa just kind of sitting there like, oh, full. He had 48. He doubled what these boys did. So that is your winner. Congratulations to Akira Tozawa for picking up a victory on Monday Night Raw. The one for Money in the Bank has to be real. Absolutely. It was so good. And it was all Seth. I love Riddle and I love giving him his props, but the one at the Money in the Bank was all Seth with the way he sold it. He gave no fucks and he laid all the way out for it. It was beautiful. It was so beautiful. But from the hot dog eating contest, we move straight into the 6-man. Again, Bobby Lashley and Street Profits taking on Theory and Alpha Academy. And once again, this match was great. It was really, really good. 2 segments, I believe, maybe a third one. I love that Gable is in these positions and he gets offense and he's not just used as a joke, even though his whole gimmick is kind of a joke. He's like, shush, and thank you. He comes across a joke, but in the ring, he handles his business. I like that they do that for him. Theory, great. Dawkins, everyone in this match is great. So, and it was fresh. It was something a little bit new. I enjoyed it as a whole. I know we've seen Alpha Academy Street Profits a lot, but when you add in Lashley and Theory to mix things in, it helps out a lot. I enjoyed this match as well. I'm looking at all the matches. I don't think there was a match I didn't like tonight. That's saying something for a Monday Night Raw. Usually it's all storyline and segment heavy. Tonight, matches were through the roof. I really enjoyed them. After the match, Lashley ended up spearing Gable. Obviously, he got the pin. 1, 2, 3. Good guys win. 4th of July. Yep, United States champion. He's going to get the win. Afterwards, Otis, he took a spear at some point, and that caused all of them hot dogs to come back up. It was gross looking. Really gross looking, and it went everywhere. And then Gable helped him to the back, and that was that. So do you think Theory was supposed to win Money in the Bank? I believe he was supposed to win it after Cody got hurt. It might have been a call they made in the past week, but Cody, I definitely think, was supposed to win Money in the Bank 100%. I think it sucks that Riddle didn't, because I really wanted Riddle to win it, or Sammy, but I'm not mad at Theory. I think they could do great things with Theory. And then Otis puked. Yes, he did, and it was gross. It was very, very gross. So with that, we go to a Becky Lynch interview on Asuka. It's Becky doing what Becky does best. She is the man, and it was a great promo. They have a match, no holds barred. That's the main event. It's coming up after this next segment, which I didn't get either. I love all WWE, but Alexa is my little girl. She absolutely adores Alexa too. She loves her. No Alexa match tonight. She gets a little segment, but no match tonight, unfortunately. So, commercial break. Come back. R-Truth. He's coming out dressed up as Uncle Sam. It's a 4th of July celebration. I saw a rumor that Gunther was going to be on the show tonight with R-Truth. As soon as I saw R-Truth and his Uncle Sam get up, I said, "What the?" And I spoke too soon because I said I liked all the matches tonight. They made this into a match for whatever reason, and it was just a squash match. So I'm not even going to rate it. I'm not going to say I enjoyed it because I think the segment as a whole just completely bombed. R-Truth is a funny guy. It didn't work out here. Putting Gunther on this segment made no sense. He's not even part of Raw. So why you bringing him out here is just forced. It is so forced, and it didn't feel good. It was just not a fun time. Gunther did come out and destroy him, so thankfully they didn't make it a competitive match and weaken him a little bit. He just came out and destroyed him, and that was that. The Gunther segment is out of 1985. Someone watched Rocky IV. Yeah, I'm not going to argue. It was dumb. It was really unnecessary to do this. Gunther versus Cena. I'm officially on the belief that Cena's probably not going to be at SummerSlam. Boo-hoo. I'm sad about that one, actually, because we almost went. And if Cena's not there, I'm really like, oh, no. But I am sad. Don't be. I'm sad. So what are you doing? I'm sad. Don't be sad. It's all good. I'm getting Alexa part right now. So after that, Alexa, she's talking about Mela and Natty wanting shots, but she thinks it's about her time for her to get a shot, which I'm all for. I think she's been out for too long. She deserves the spot. Her and Bianca do good work together. If you don't believe me, check out the end of the Elimination Chamber. They were awesome together. Very good chemistry. Sorry, excuse me. But towards the end of her interview, Asuka comes in, starts blah, 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 does the Asuka thing and says, nobody ready for Asuka, then walks off. Commercial break, come back. We get Becky versus Asuka. I think there's another commercial break in there sometime. They really stretched out that last 40 minutes or 25 minutes with commercial breaks and whatnot. I think we had close to 14 minutes by the time they both got to the ring and everything. That's silly. Usually I defend this stuff, but for Asuka and Becky, why are you stretching out entrances like that? It's the Gunther Nakamura. That's not a bad shout, but I don't think people are going to buy Nakamura in the Intercontinental title scene. The match itself would be great, 100%. I don't think it's a SummerSlam match, though, but we'll see. We'll see. So Becky, Asuka, no holds barred. It's Becky and Asuka. Their chemistry is just, it's great. They're not going to have a bad match. They didn't go crazy with the weapons and spots. We got some chair shots. We got a superplex onto a pool of steel steps. Becky kicked out though, and then at one point, Asuka went under the ring and she pulled out an umbrella. She went in. Becky snatched it from her. She went to spit the green mist. Becky pulled up the umbrella to block it. Still got some on her though, and then. From there was a table set up in the corner, and they ended up in the corner. Becky fought out of Asuka's whatever move, and then before you know it, she's hitting her with the manhandle slam off the top rope through the table. 1, 2, 3. That's the end of the match. Seemed a little early, but then that was the end of the show. The ending of the show kind of felt a little flat. Not really sure if that's what they were going for. I don't know what else they could have been doing, but it definitely felt a little flat, anticlimactic, if you will. But Becky won. So it'll be interesting to see where she goes from here. Be interesting to see where Asuka goes from here as we go into SummerSlam season. And yeah, that's the show. If you're really into wrestling, this is going to be one of the Raws for you because there's a lot of wrestling. I am not mad at this show at all. I think the time flew by watching it. So that's always a good indication of being a good show, in my opinion. I was only rolling my eyes during the Uncle Sam R-Truth Gunther stuff, and that's literally just because it was unnecessary. No knock on Gunther, no knock on R-Truth. Some things just don't need to be paired together, and that's one of them. The last thing I'll touch on though is we got 2 of the segments that are very Fiend-like, but we all know it's Edge. The Hardy Brothers armbands, the Dudley Boys glasses, the Seth Rollins church glass ceiling. You have the Undertaker's cross, Kurt Angle's gold medals. There's a lot of things that are pointing towards Edge, mainly the Dudley Boys and Hardy Boys thing that's there. A Latino Heat, license plate on fire. None of that stuff matched up to the Fiend, so it's not the Fiend. I do think it is very, very smart of them, though, to play on the Fiend, seeing as how he just trademarked one of his new things. So people are waiting at this point for Wyatt. To play on that a little bit is kind of smart. I'll give them credit for that. They didn't make it a secret, though. It's clearly Edge. Edge will be a face. I think he has to be because they don't have many top faces on Raw. It's Bobby Lashley and who? I don't know anybody else. So I think he's still going to be – I think he's going to be a face again. AJ. But they got him just dancing around with Logan Paul now. So – Great American Bash tomorrow for AW. Yes, if you're NXT, check out Great American Bash. They have a pretty good card tomorrow with Breaker and Cameron Grimes as the main event attraction. So yes, definitely check out Great American Bash. I think it'll be a good show. I might if I have time. The vignettes are for Edge. It's clearly Bautista. Go get a haircut, Zane. But thank you for joining. So that's the show. Again, wrestle heavy, not a bad show at all. I would have liked to see a little bit more story progressed going into SummerSlam since it's the same. It's just the same month. It's the end of this month. We're not going to get it in August like we normally do. So let's get some things in motion here, man. And don't do Gunther like that again. Don't ever put him on Raw just for the sake of putting him on Raw in one of these segments. It's such a stupid move at this point. That's my only knock on this night's show, though. Watch the wrestling. It's good. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The wrestling was good. The opening segment was really good, and that's that. They likely don't have it figured out. They have it figured out. It's Edge. Edge knows what he's doing. They might change it after a while, but injuries happen, so you got to. But that's the show. I'm not going to ramble on anymore. That was it. Wrestle Heavy. That's what it was. I will be back on Wednesday. I hopefully will be on Wednesday day for a mid-year award show with myself and 4 other members of the Wrestle Buddies. So make sure you tune in for that. I will also be back Wednesday night for the Dynamite recap. Do not miss that. And if you didn't check out our SummerSlam prediction show yesterday, check that out as well. Myself, Dave, and not David. Sorry, itchy nose. Myself, Nick, and Simon broke down what we thought will be the SummerSlam card. We're already wrong about one match, but that's fine. We have 9 others to choose from. 3 of them are definitely going to happen, so we've at least got 3 right. So check it out. It's a fun show. Me, Nick, and Simon had a blast. But in the meantime, stay tuned for the mid-year award show. All promotions will be there. So, David, you'll love that. New Japan should be represented. Stardom, all of them. All the promotions, even promotions, I don't know, GCW. So make sure you watch it. You will really enjoy this. I have all your favorite people from Wrestle Buddy on there with their knowledge. So, with that, check me out on those shows. And until then, I will see you then. Thank you all for joining me. Crowd was bumping tonight. I really appreciate the love. Thank you all. Love you much. And goodbye.